So it's 2 p.m. June the 20th, 2024, and I'm heading down to Stonehenge. This is my second year going down, guys. This is going to be so exciting. I'm already a little worried though because they said the roads are already starting to back up. I'm about to get out of the door right now, get on the road. Last time it took me a long time to get there. Go back and watch that video if you haven't watched it, but let's go to Stonehenge. All right, here's the gear. So I've been making some really good time here today. The drive has been great, about an hour and a half, right outside of Oxford. So probably about an hour left to go. But I'm stopping at a Tesco because I forgot to pick up some medication. This is a beautiful day. It's probably the sunniest day I've seen in England all year. It's great because we're heading right into summer, but that also means there's the, allergies kicking up. So I need to pick up some allergy medicine and then continue on my way. I've never been really concerned about the first half of this drive. It's the second half of this drive, right when I get close to Stonehenge. That's what really has me concerned. I'm also really excited to say that I left my shades at home and I have to get more. Now, I'm not excited that I left my shades, but I'm excited that it's so sunny that I need my shades. And there's a lot of daylight left. It's not gonna get dark till around 10, 11 o'clock tonight, and the sun is beaming. So I'm going to Halfords real quick to get a new pair of shades. Okay, shades acquired. Let's get back on the road. So I'm right outside of the Stonehenge grounds. I can see Stonehenge just right here to the right of me, and traffic is moving pretty quickly. I'm so glad I left earlier. Last year I lost several hours just trying to get to this point, and I can look and see Stonehenge. I don't think I'm gonna have any problem. Traffic is flowing pretty smoothly, and I think I'll be there in a couple minutes. I don't see anyone around the stones yet, so maybe they haven't released people to go near the stones. You can't approach the stones, but I think a couple times a year, summer solstice, winter solstice, the coolest is summer solstice. That's why I come back. There are lights, everything set up. So we'll be up there in just a few minutes, guys. I'm really excited because I was dreading having to sit in the car for 3-4 hours while I just sit here and slowly maneuver closer to to Stonehenge. But this year, again, I'm much earlier. I was willing to commit more time to it to make sure that I didn't lose time. I'm really glad that I did that. So I'm going to pay the price for coming early this time. I showed up here. It's 5:59 or 5:49 right now, and they just turned us away and said we cannot approach the site until 7 p.m. They won't even open up parking until 7 p.m. And that means now I have to go somewhere close by. I'm not going too far because I'm going to have to turn around and come right back. So I'm not going to get too far away and have to get caught up in a lot of traffic. But they just shut us down. So it kind of defeated my whole idea of like, hey, I'll be early. So I just stopped here along the side of the road. There's several other cars kind of lined up right here. And I'm going to wait it out here for an hour. I'm just right down the road from Stonehenge. Again, I wasn't going to go too far away because I know how difficult it could be to get back to Stonehenge once you're kind of far away. So I didn't want to get too far. Probably about 40 minutes. I'll head back up. It should be opened up by then. Okay, so I'm back on the road again. It is 7 p.m. now. I kind of waited over along the verge of the road, just kind of sat there. And when traffic started to stack up, I jumped back in line here. I think I'm pretty good. It's not even a mile back up to Stonehenge. I can see the roundabout to lead into where I want to go. But yeah, they would not let us in before 7 o'clock. And now they're slowly metering traffic in, but still so much better than last year. I'm really looking forward to getting a decent parking spot and just not having to sit in the car from 7 to 10 o'clock tonight. Okay, I just got hit with another curveball. They just blocked off where I was at earlier. They just blocked that off entirely and said follow the triangle signs. I don't know where they're going. I presume there's another parking area that they're sending us to. Again, it's 7, so it opened at 7. I guess that little section where they wanted us parked, I guess that filled up, and now they're saying follow the triangle signs. I think there's a lot of fields around Stonehenge, And the only thing I can conclude is that they're going to bring us around into the fields from a different direction. So unfortunately, I've ended up in a situation similar to last year where I'm just sitting in the car. It's 7:49 and I did everything I could to try not to let this happen. I left home at 2 p.m. I arrived here at 6, got turned away, came back at 7, got turned away again, and given a different route to enter, and now I'm just sitting here in the car and it's feeling very reminiscent. However, just like last year, this is not going to dampen my enthusiasm because I know that I'm going to make it to the Stones. It's only a matter of time. I have plenty of time left to kind of get going here. But yeah, 7:49, I'm still sitting in the car. And you can see the mighty long line of cars out ahead of me. We're going to be here for a while, guys. We're going to be here for a while. This is taking so long, some drivers are just giving up, turning around, and heading back another direction. It's 8:08, 8:10 now. We're out of the 7 o'clock hour. We're into the 8 o'clock hour. So despite my best efforts, I've ended up right back where I was last year. It's almost 9 p.m. and I'm still in the car, and I've been driving since 2 p.m. I really thought I had it beat this year. I don't know how to beat it. I'll come up with another plan, hopefully, if I can make it back next year, but we're still positive that we'll get there. We will get there, but wow, I've been bamboozled, hoodwinked. Taken for a ride. Okay, it is 9:09 p.m. and we just made it. I left home at 2 p.m. That's 7 hours, but I'm here. Arriving in the daylight hours allowed me to really get a good look at all the cars that were starting to stack up in the parking area. Out of the vehicle, got my bag with me, and I offloaded some things out of it, just kind of lighten the load a little bit. Brought a chair, get out here and set up a spot, and just kind of hang out. This is going to be home for the next 10 to 12 hours. Okay, so they just checked my bag, and I knew the bag was pushing it as far as size, but they decided to let me go on through. There's nothing in it but like a blanket and a towel or two, and my other camera bag. I was thinking they were going to stop me. It'd be a long walk if I had to take it back. Of course, I would take it back and come back with a smaller bag, but I made it through with the bag. That was the first big hurdle that I wanted to overcome. It's a mile, maybe 2 miles from where you park your cars to the standing stones. So you have a nice long walk across these beautiful fields, and the moon was so vibrant. Okay.
So you see that cabin just there?
Yeah.
You give it to them, they'll give you a wristband and you can collect it when you finish.
Okay.
All right, darling.
Thank you. So I brought all of this stuff with me, and I made it through the first round of security, but boy, they got me, because now the second round of security tell me I had to put it all down. But it's cool. I'll bring my camera bags and a towel with me, and I guess my jacket as well, because at some point I'm going to get pretty cool. I just had to put all this stuff down and come back collect it, I guess, in the morning.
So I haven't eaten anything all day long. I left early, but it's great because just like last year, there's some great vendors set up here. I see some pizza, some Angus burgers, croissant, and some more burgers. But not a wide variety of food, but enough for me to kind of take care of myself to get through the night. Some pizza, some vegan options, loaded fries, and I'm probably gonna jump in this Aberdeen Angus burger. Probably just give me some burger and chips. I think that'll go well. Some zesty characters out here too. I love it. Oh, I got some nice chips, a burger, and a soda. And this is gonna tide me over through the night. I don't wanna eat too much. Don't wanna get heavy because I don't wanna get sleepy. You do start to get a little sleep around 2, 3 in the morning. But of course you don't wanna walk all the way back to the vehicle. It's like a mile, maybe 2 miles back. And so I definitely don't wanna do that. I'm gonna sit here, eat. I wanted to go see the Stones, but really I'm much hungry. I'm more hungry than I am interested in seeing the Stones. The Stones aren't going anywhere. They've been there for, about 5,000 years, so they're not going anywhere. I want to see them in the daylight, but it's already kind of heading towards dusk. I'll check them out in just a few minutes, so let me eat first. Heading over to the Stones, and the closer, as with last year, the closer you get to the Stones, the more vibrant it is, the more noise, the more aggressive the vibe is out here. Farther back, quiet, laid back, but I'm getting close to the Stones now. Starting to hear the drummers. They're starting up. It's a little early still, but they're starting up, kind of testing it out. And they're smelling a lot of herbs and spices. You gotta like the herbs and spices. As I got closer to the Stones, I was excited about all the energy I could feel in the atmosphere. Yes, there were herbs and spices, but there are a lot of people who were just genuinely having a really good time. So there's a drumming troupe over there. I'm not even gonna try to get close to that. Typically, you can't even get much closer. Everyone's packed in there so tight. But let's work our way through the people. Yeah, there's definitely more people out here this year than there was last year.
Já tem outros batuques.
This is a very long circle. As the evening hours wore on, the crowd around the Stones continued to thicken and increase. Been out here several hours. It's just crossed past midnight, and the party's still going. A lot of people are starting to go to sleep. The outer rings are starting to go to sleep, but inside the Stones, that is still thumping. That's vibing. That's going to vibe all night long, all the way until the sun comes up. But out here, I'm a little farther back now, and it's a little quieter. People are laying down, kind of resting. I guess kind of gearing themselves up. I go in and out the whole night. I tend to just walk around for the entire event here. I just kind of wander in and out of the Stones. When I want a little bit more activity, I go a little bit farther in. When I want a little more peace, I walk a little bit farther out. But this is it. This is what it's going to be doing all night long. The vibe is really good. I got caught up there for a little while inside of a circle of dancing people and couldn't get away from them. But other than that, this has been a great experience so far. the night has progressed, I had to step back to the vehicle to go and get my sweatshirt because over the last hour and a half, the temperature really dropped and it's gotten pretty cold out here. And so I had to go get a sweatshirt to put on under my jacket, and now we're heading back to the Stones. So as I mentioned a few hours ago, everyone that was down is now up, and everyone waits anticipating the sunrise, which will come up over those hills any moment now. And when it does, you'll hear a mighty celebration. All eyes turns towards the east and the rising of the sun. And as it happens, this is what you hear.
We're not really much people being so. I was there, my dog.
So that was the view from deep, deep inside of the stones. But as you can see, there are people scattered all about here. And really, you could have gotten a much better view of the sunrise if you'd been out here, just more in the open in the fields. For most people here, it's been a really long night. You had to drive down, you had to get here, get on the site, get to the location. It took hours to do all of that, and then you had to ride it out through the whole night. The temperature dropped down pretty low, got pretty cold right there towards the end, and then the celebration. And now that that's coming to an end, I'm seeing people starting to collapse out on the ground, and they're gonna just probably try to catch an hour or two of sleep, or just close their eyes and rest, meditate for a moment before starting the long trek home. As I mentioned, it's been a long night. Now that the sun is up, you can get a good view of all the different groups and peoples that are out here, and it's a lot of different factions who come out to celebrate this.
One group that I noticed were the people who could not keep their hands off the stones. I touched it myself, and it was really a pleasant sensation. Along with many people meditating, there were also numerous musicians.
I'm gonna go that way to tell my friend. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
¿Cuánto tiempo es el bus de aquí al pueblo?
Then we had to go back to the king. We asked for money, chips, and the ladies we didn't brought the last time.
Anytime you get together a group of drummers, musicians, and singers, you're of course gonna have to have dancers.
this event is something special and it's unique. If you ever get the opportunity to come out, I'm going to tell you, be prepared. You're going to have a long wait to get in. It's going to be a long ride or a long drive or a long walk, one or the other. You're going to have to put in a bit of effort, but if you come prepared and you're willing to dedicate the time to the overall event, then it can be really enjoyable. You don't have to do the whole night. You could come in at 2, 3 in the morning. The staff is running 24/7 here all night long. So if you want to come in about 3 in the morning and just kind of catch that last couple hours, you could do that. If you want to come in earlier, you can definitely do that as well. You can kind of, this is such a wonderful experience because you can kind of have your own experience, make it what you want it to be. Just talk to a group that cycled in because they knew that from my video last year that they didn't want to drive in because that wait was miserable. So they cycled 5 hours to get here. That means they have to cycle 5 hours to get home. But you can make this experience as whatever you want it to be. You can kind of dig into it, and then for those who have other reasons to be here, and there are a lot of people who fall into a different category, then it's also even more, I guess, spiritual and evocative for them. So it's 6:15 and the party's still going. Again, this can run all the way up to 8 a.m. So there's another 2 hours. If you want to hang around out here for another 2 hours, you can. The drummers are not going to stop literally until the cops really just walk in and say, okay, break it up, guys, it's time to go. They're going to keep going. If you come out here and spend the time to get here, though, I can understand why you hang around a little longer. But there really is no reason to rush because if you go back to your car, it's going to take you hours to get out. That's why I'm still here, because I've done this before and I know that you'll sit in your car in a line, just like it took me hours to get in to get parked, it's going to take that equal amount of time to get out. So I'm in no hurry to kind of rush that experience. So I'm going to enjoy as much as I can out here in the sun, in the beauty of the sun in the morning, instead of just going and sitting in my car and waiting in a line and really not moving. It's a massive line. This is a double line of cars extending halfway back to Stonehenge. So that's why I just kind of hung out at the Stones a little longer this year instead of rushing back to my car. Again, this is exercise in patience. You're waiting to get here, you're waiting to park, you're waiting for the night to end, you're waiting for the sun to rise, and then you're waiting to leave. So if you're in a hurry, this is not the event for you. This is a patient event. There's a lot of fun in the middle, but you got to be patient. So it's right at 7 a.m. and there's about another hour left on the site. The party's still going on inside the Stones. I told you that's not going to stop until they come and run them out. But I think that's it for me. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, please be sure to like and subscribe. Follow along and I'll keep going on great adventures, and I'd love to have you with me. So until next time, take care.